big board. P.E.P. for my peeps. What up? What up? What up? Look, I've been thinking about it. You know, like I said, all this is brand new. The platform for the stock talk for the fam, and you know, I was sleeping on it. And I was like, yo, it's kind of cool because the acronym for the Pasha Exchange Portfolio is P.E.P. Right? So I was like, you know, with it just being one E, you could kind of like spin that as P.E.P. or you could kind of like make it peeps. You know what I mean? Like, yo, hold the E and just make it like, yo, what's up, peeps? So I think what we're going to do is when we talking about us, it's going to be peeps. You know what I mean? And when we talking about the movement, the motion, the action, we're going to call that the P.E.P. All right? So that's how we going to spin this. You know what I mean? Let's go for it because today was a crazy day. I got some information that I stumbled across, and I think you might see it in the title, but I think we might know what's holding Neo down right now. But let's get to something first. So first, you know what I mean, on the last joint I was telling you about Fuel Cell Energy. So they actually, you know, my peeps, it spiked to 1090, like right after close, you know, following opening, or right after close, and then it was followed by a pullback, all the way to drop down all the way to the 8s, right? Now the previous close was 969, so you know, I don't know how you play your game. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how to play your game. What's best for you? You know. If you want to set it and forget it for weeks and months and cross your fingers, I mean, you know, by all means, whatever you do it's on you. Like, I'm just having fun. I like puzzles, and I'm sharing with you. You know, you looking over my shoulder while we playing spades, and you seeing the hand, some of the cards I'm showing you in my hand. Like, yo, I'm great. Yo, that's right. We counting books, okay? So what it is, I can't tell you how to play your hand. You know what I'm saying? If you got some, I invite questions. I want you to have some questions for me because that's gonna help me get better and help me refine and sharpen. And you know, if you ask a question that I know, and or if I don't know, I'm gonna go research it to make sure I know next time, right? That's just how I am. But what's gonna happen is that potentially could help someone that's watching also learn. And as we all learn about this, right, and we all get better at this, we get closer to being free. I'm gonna put the on the end. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal of this. Because if we get really good at this, you might not have to go to work no more. Your work might just be rolling out of bed and clicking a few mouse buttons a day. It's a lot of work studying. I'm gonna tell you that. I'll be putting in some hours. That's how I'm able to bring this to you. And the Virgo in me, I be perfectionist, man. So I be like this right here. I said, if you go back and watch the video yesterday, I said, yo, I think we should be able to capture 70 cents off of this. Now, it closed on the day up. It closed like 55 cents, right? But see, here's what people have the opportunity to consider. Now, see, it came out, it was at 969 yesterday close. So do you want to hang on to it and try to, you know, I wanted to go to $15 so I can make $5 a share. That's on you. Now, what I'm looking at is at some point in the day, it don't even have to be right at the opening, let's say, because it went back. It got as high as like 1040s later on in the day. But let's say previous close was 969. Let's say you was in it yesterday, 969. If it hit 1069, that's a whole dollar. That's a whole dollar. How many shares you got? Depending on how confident you are in the movement or the price action or the direction, you may decide, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm a lock in this profit. And maybe you pull out all your position and you times that by $1. Now you done profited a whole dollar times however many shares you had. Without the stress and the risk of, oh my God, what's gonna happen 10 minutes from now? What's gonna happen next week, tomorrow? Okay, for right now, I know I got a whole dollar per share. Let me pull that because I don't know what it's gonna do. This is not one of the ones that's just like, yeah, I know it's gonna go up. I know it's gonna go up. Right? So maybe you lock in your whole dollar. If you got 1090 and it was like click, you know what I'm saying? You up $1.30 per share. So if you had 500 shares and you lock in $1, you know, I'm just throwing a number out there. Let's say you got 50 shares, 100 shares, whatever it is for you, and you lock in that $1, then you got $50, $100 in the bag. Boom. Now let's see what it's doing the rest of the day. Let's see if you want to get back into it. If it's moving, you know, if it dropped, now you're like, oh, it went down because it went down to 8 something. So let's say it goes down to 8 something and you like, buy. Now, I'm not telling you this is how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you can do it by how you feel. You can do it by just whatever, however you want, however it works for you. You know what I'm saying? There's an infinite amount of ways people decide their entry in and their exit from this stuff. So, if you got questions on anything, just drop them in the comments below, whether you're on the Facebook page or on the YouTube channel, and let's just get the community talking. You know what I mean? There's other people out there going through the same thing that can chime in with their opinion, and we can grow. All the peeps can grow together, right? So, what I'm getting at is this: if you had got in at 8 and it go all the way back and close at the end of the day, well, I ain't gonna say it went all the way to 8. It didn't go all the way to 8, but it was in the 8s, like that third quadrant, that last quadrant, that last quarter of 8. You know what I mean? Before you get to 9. So you got in there and it go. Now you still plus a whole dollar plus. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes you let it ride. Like you see the graph right here. You see the chart. So there was a point where it was at $5 a share. You might have just rode the whole wave and be up to. You might have got out at 11. You might have got out at 10.50, whatever. So it's however you want to play it. You gotta decide what works best for you. Now tomorrow, this is what I'm looking at, right? I'm looking peeping tomorrow. I see getting in this for, like it says there, absolute bargain. Because right now it's 10:08. I'm expecting, and hold me accountable for my math here, because that's gonna make me. I'm a perfectionist, so you can't criticize me any more than I criticize myself. So, but this is gonna make sure I'll be getting this mathematics that I'm doing to come up with these numbers. Like I'm not just saying, hey guys, I feel like we should get in this. It's gonna go up. That's not how I'm coming at you with this, because that's not how I'm doing my thing. That sounds too much like chance to me, and I'm looking for a way to feel confident in my execution. So you see, I'm coming to you with decimals and shit, and there's other people out there doing this too. But I'm telling you why I'm excited about this, and the difference to why I value the way I'm presenting this to you. So let's get into it. So I think tomorrow I can get into this at about $9.11, and then that should give us, or at least me, an opportunity to sell between 10.25 and 11. I think if it drops at 9.11, I feel like it's gonna go back up. It's gonna float. It's gonna have buoyancy. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hit the submarine. It might hit the submarine button for a minute and be like, dive. You know what I mean? But when it get down to like 9, low 9s, I think it's scoopable. You know what I mean? In the drop. You know what I'm saying? And you pick it up, and then I think it has potential to like see somewhere between 10.25 and 11 flat. And I'm gonna probably off some of it then, like maybe 3/4 of the position just to lock in some profit and then see what happens with the last quarter position, right? That's my move for tomorrow. You know what I mean? Let me know what you think it's going to do in the comments, and let's see what happens. Now, let's get into this NIO. Like, here's probably what you've been waiting for. And then after this, I got like something interesting that I'm gonna hop, because NIO's been a lot of people's bread and butter for a long time. Like, I'm good. I got in at 33. I got some profits. I got out pretty high, and I locked back in a little small position. But I'm looking at something. I was looking at the graph today. Now NIO's it to me, it's like it's bowling in the gutter. It's in the gutter right now. It's stuck. It can't get out because it's in a channel. It's locked in a channel. Like, they got this thing boxed in going down the highway, and that gutter that is in is 47.87 to 50.85. All right. That's the magnetic North Pole for it right now. So wherever it is, for some reason, it's just attracted to that 47.87, 50.85. Okay, so I think with that, we could use that, peeps, as a channel to position your entry for long or shorts, right? I don't know. I might. It was down $3.47 today. Another, like, really, what is NIO doing day? But see, I don't know. I got a small percentage left in there, a small position, and I might pull it tomorrow just to let it reset or rest or see what it's gonna do and reestablish itself, because I'm gonna get to what I think is adding to it. As you can see on the screen, NIO hasn't been the same since the Tesla's recall. But see, it's trouble. For some reason, it's been trouble every time it hits that 54.5 mark, and then when it gets to 55.75, 55.75, there's no air under its wing. I mean, yeah, there's no air under its wing. I put there's no wing under its wings. Yeah, it needs some wings under its wings. That's a typo, but it's always the perfect day. Actually, it's not a typo. It's just the wrong word. But look, it's always a perfect day because there's no wing under its wings, and at 50.75, it needs some additional wings at that point, because it can't. It just every time it hits that. So what I know is NIO's charging up the pop again. You know what I mean? But the price has been, it's been under attack from the price targets. It's been going through a lot since Centron, or however you say it, Centrion, whatever it is, since the short seller thing. Then you got the price targets, kind of like when it was gaining momentum, they kind of like said, this is it. But this might be why they said it's it, because it's the magnetic North Pole right now is between 47.87 and 50.85. Now, depending on who you are, that might work to your advantage in these next couple of days. It might just be like, okay, you tired of playing with it. It's really non-productive for you at the moment, and you might want to reallocate those resources to another execution. So what I'm getting at, though, is if you notice that high was on that high NIO hit almost at $58 was on the 24th. Right? And then the 25th was the first that I heard of Tesla's announcement of their recall. Right? And I think what happened was, and tell me what you guys think about this. I think NIO had this little regular, doing his little NIO dance, right? You know how I give a little bit, then it flattens out, it slide. It was doing the Drake slide thing, and then slide, then it pop back up and it slide. You know what I mean? That's what NIO do. And then all of a sudden, you had the Citron, or the short seller. I'm just calling him short seller. The SS coupe on them. You know what I'm saying? And then you had these new price targets. They were giving price targets of like when it was already above the price target, which I don't know how often that happens, but I'm just saying it seemed like that, you know, that influences people. So now people already, and then who just came out with it? North somebody, Northeastern somebody just said, oh, they're overweight. You know, every other week somebody talking about it's overweighted, they're inflated. That gets in people's minds and they start doing weird things with their emotions, and they pull out, but you can't really blame them, right? They locking in their profits. So, and then on top of that, Tesla comes out and says, we fucked up. And this is massive recall of 10,000 units, which now in NIO's case, that's like, 2 months worth of production. So I don't know what it is for Tesla. I'm not really following Tesla right now. They're out of, I don't see that from the position I'm in as a good play for me. I don't like 3-digit stocks. You know, it don't serve me well enough with the time waiting right now. So, I like I told you, I'm looking to capture now. I'm not really trying to sit on this for 10 years because 10 years ain't promised to none of us. So, I mean, when you turn 18, you thought you could go outside whenever you wanted to, but 2020, you know. Anyway, so what I'm getting at is this, right? All that stuff, all the conversation happens. Then Tesla comes out and says we got a recall. Then, but wait, it gets worse, right? Then we have GM canceling with Nikola. And even though it's totally unrelated, right? I think psychologically that's messing up a lot of people's heads right now. And I think that's the Campbell soup of what's going on with NIO right now. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I got my own little theory of what's going on here. But I think this needs some time to blow over. And like I said yesterday, in the Facebook group, you missed it. It's not on the video, it's on the Facebook group. So make sure you join the group here so you can get this detail, stuff like this that you missed. Everybody, well, I don't know, but I said I think NIO's gonna be really extra, you know what I mean, over between now and NIO Day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, historically, post NIO Day's been a real good moment, but I think it's gonna be some extra turbulence between now and then, and then I think the reason why it came to me thereafter. So make sure you get down with the group so you can get some of this conversation popping the day before, you know, or you know, I don't know how often I'm gonna do these videos, and we're gonna see. I kind of like this opportunity to share with y'all, but I'm not guaranteeing you I'll be on here every single day. So you gotta make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you turn on the notification bell, and smash that like button if you think the Tesla and Nikola connection has something to do with NIO stock right now. Now, here's what I'm looking at for tomorrow, right? I'm going to tell you something else that I got in my arsenal, in my little spades hand, right? So, bam, I got GMHI, right? Gore's Metropolis. Now, you might say, who that, right? Well, here's who they are, if you don't already know, okay? They're Luminar Technologies. And you see it says here it's the self-driving sensor startup that's about to go public, right? Now, they announced recently that it will supply laser-based LiDAR sensors to Intel Corp's Mobileye. Now, let's get into why this is so interesting, right? First of all, Mobileye let me get back to the cards for you here real quick. So Mobileye, if you look down here at the bottom of the text on my little text box over here under entertainment purposes only, don't forget that. This is just entertainment, bro. This is what I got going on. I'm here to entertain you. I am in no way a paid professional or sponsored by any of these situations, scenarios, companies, outfits, all that good stuff. However you want to say that. All legal terms, I'm excluded from your actions. Right? All rights reserved. So look, right? I'll go over the whole text and then get to that because I prepared it for you that way. I kind of went out of order, but hey, we just flinging it right now, right? All right, the P.E.P sent it that way. Okay, all right, peeps. So I was into this at 1330, right? Gains like Tyson, young Tyson. You know what I'm saying? It closed the day at 1840, and it's up a little bit in the post market, right? So that today alone, it was up 301. This is what saved me from, you know, the little bit of position I got in Neo, because with having this one, I got more of this right now than I do Neo, which wasn't the case like 2 weeks ago at all. But you know, with the position Neo's going and I got out of that, it still cost me a little bit. But then you do something like this, you know what this is for the people that's new. This is called being diversified. You see what I'm saying? This is called not having all your eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying? So this one was up 301 today. And if you got a couple other ones that's up too, you could have some that are down, and I still, even though the market was crazy today, I still came in the green. You see what I mean? That's all you want to do, is just keep coming in the green consistently. That's your goal. You know what I mean? So instead of, you know, like I told you, instead of trying to, I'm gonna get $5 million a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you know, let's maybe set our goals at $100 a day. That's extra $700 a week if you can pull that off. And in setting that as your goal, you're gonna figure out what you need to do despite the fluctuations in the market to always maintain getting that $100 a day. So you guaranteeing yourself an extra $700 regardless of conditions. Now, once you get perfected at getting $700 a week, try $700 a day and see what you gotta do to get to that level. You know what I mean? I don't know what you're gonna do when you know you're making an extra $700 a day. I don't know if you clocking it after that, if you know, whatever. I don't know. But look, let's get back to this. So it was up 301 today over previous close. Now, if it goes, you know, per my calculations, you see what I'm saying? Calculations. I pulled out the calculator on the Windows 10 and everything. You know what I mean? So per my calculations, if it goes over 1883, one, it's already in completely unknown territory, unknown waters at that time. But peeps feel like this may run away all the way to 2045 to 2269. It's got a whole pool there it can swim in. I don't know. But if it clears 1883 with P.E.P, we might be peeping it between 2045 and 2269. And this could happen this week, if not tomorrow. Now, see, that last line there is what you've been waiting for. This card, they're the LiDAR system, like I just showed you, and they're now linked with Mobileye. And Mobileye should sound familiar to you guys, especially if you've been partying with Neo, because you know Mobileye and Neo has their deal. But see, you also know, if you did your homework, that Mobileye was originally with Tesla. And then they split. Now, what you also know, if you've been watching the Three of Cups with Neo and Mobileye, is that Mobileye is gonna want to have its own self-driving taxis, its own fleet. Like, Neo's gonna be the one that has the contract to build them. So Luminar is going to be technically involved with Neo and locked in with Mobileye. And their LiDAR system is they're already dealing with like 75% of the automotive industry. So this has the potential to be, in my opinion, the next run up like Neo. You know, you get in now, I can't tell you what to do. I think what I'm trying to say is this might be one that I'm holding for a while. Okay? But I'm gonna be playing the dips. So I might be in and out the door, like your side chick. You know what I'm saying? So look into this company, decide how you like it. But I think I'm gonna leave some stuff there. And I might bring over some more every now and then and take some out when needed. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're gonna flip this. It's got some pep. Look for this to go all the way up to the mid 22s, 22 and a half, possibly at least 24 and a half within the next few days. But I don't think, at the same time, I don't think we should have to worry about it falling much lower than 18 flat. So you got like a little safety net there. And then after that, the next resistance should be around that $16 mark. So we got a couple layers of protection. But I think if it falls out the sky, but I think we should be good on an upward trend. For the, I don't know exactly how long, but that's what I got for you today. You know what I mean? Do your own research. I need to go ahead and I'm looking at a couple of things because I want to make another play or two tomorrow myself. And I gotta decide, what's hot right now that I'm gonna get into, so I can let you know about it. Like, after we see what it do. Neo took a dive, blaming on Tesla and Nikola. Tell him Pasha said it so. All right, big board peeps, looking for that pep. Why that 7?